Good evening, everyone. I believe we're live now. We are super excited that you all have joined us tonight for our Tea with the Queens. Good evening again, everyone. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We're super excited to introduce our 10-year anniversary queens, the Tenacious Four, to you. My name is Makiba Armaz Muhammad, and I am going to be your lovely host tonight. I am also the former Mrs. Black International Ambassador 2023. So, without further ado, just wanted to give you all a quick rundown of the evening. We are going to be meeting our lovely Miss, Teen, Ms., and Mrs. Black International Ambassadors tonight. We will learn about the plans that these young ladies have for their reign this year. We will hear all about their excitement for this year and kind of allude to some special surprises that are coming for them and for our watchers, our viewers throughout this year as well. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our queens. Ladies, please one by one introduce yourselves. Let's hear from Ciara Newbold, our teen.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ciara Newbold. I am Miss Black Teen International Ambassador. I live in the Bahamas and I am 16 years old.
Thank you so much, Ciara. And if you don't mind sharing a couple of interesting facts about yourself, about 2 to 3 fun facts about yourself.
Well, I love to spread kindness in my community. I play multiple sports actually tennis, volleyball. I used to dance, swim, you name it. I probably did it. And I love to sing only in the shower.
That's funny. I also love to sing, so my eyebrows raised when you said that. But then you added the in the shower part for a cute little a comic relief moment. Thank you so much, Ciara, for sharing about yourself. And next up, we have the beautiful Dr. Azima, our Miss Black International Ambassador. Please share with us your name, title, where you're from, a few hobbies that you have, and then 2 to 3 interesting facts about yourself.
Thank you, Makiba. So good evening, everyone. My name is Azima, or Izzy Nyagu. I'm the reigning Miss Black International Ambassador. I was born in Nigeria, but I grew up here in the U.S. in Atlanta, Georgia. And first of all, I'm really happy to be here today. A little bit about myself. I'm actually a doctor. I'm a pharmacist. So I do hold a PharmD degree from the University of Georgia. So go Dogs. I'm not sure if anyone who's watching is also a fellow Bulldog. And I am a practicing pharmacist in addition to being a healthcare leader, which ties into my platform about navigating sticky floors and glass ceilings. Really looking to use this entire reign as an opportunity to share my experience as a healthcare leader with other young women, inspire them to pursue careers in healthcare leadership, especially those who have a clinical background, because our patients are at the center of everything we do. And it's important for us to have that skill set to be able to, again, to take care of our patients. A couple of other things about me. I am the eldest of 6. I am proud of that role I play in my family. We are a huge group, and I just love them. I love being a part of that team. That's actually one of the things that got me into leadership, being a leader in the household. So I'm happy that you all are here today, and I'm excited to see what the rest of this experience is going to be like.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Izzy. I absolutely love your platform, and we've spoken about this before, and I'm really excited to see exactly what you get to do with that this year. And I'm super honored to be able to work alongside you beautiful women this year with all of your diverse interests and your platforms. I'm really, really excited to see how impactful we can be as a team this year within our community globally. So once again, thank you. And next, we're going to move on to our Ms. Natasha Jordan. So you are muted, Tassie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Natasha, and I am the reigning Miss Black International Ambassador coming to you from sunny California. So I hope you're having some sunshine where you all are too. My platform is focused on civics education and engagement. So, how do we provide access to understanding how our government actually functions? A lot of people get caught up in the midst of politics, and knowing those issues is important, but most people don't actually know the issue. And there's more commonality in spaces when we know the issue and we know how to advocate for ourselves than there are differences. So my platform is focused on creating opportunities and spaces for us to become more than just citizens in title, no matter what state, city, or country you're in, but actually giving the opportunity to engage with your government because the government's meant to serve the people. Some little facts about me. I am a UC Berkeley graduate, double major, triple minor. I would love to say I loved every minute, but I loved every minute of my internships. They were definitely amazing. I ended up interning for two, actually, of the three branches of the federal government, which was amazing, and having the opportunity to work on several different campaigns, presidential and gubernatorial campaigns. So that was amazing. But it really gave me an opportunity to see the disparities that exist across our country here in the United States in regards to how people gain access to resources and how there's limited space and opportunity for us to engage in those spaces if we don't actually know who we're talking to or who we need to engage with. So we often say the problem is the system, but what is the system? Who creates the system? And how do we navigate it? So that's a little bit about me.
That is phenomenal. Thank you so much for sharing, Natasha. And again, we've also spoken about your platform in the past and within the past month. And I just want to say to those watching, if you have ever seen pageant queens that are out there in the community doing work, really focus on issues that matter, MBIA Queens are those queens. They really, really have passions and projects that are making a big difference within our communities every single day. We're not just outside picking up flowers. We are really advocates and ambassadors for change. And I love hearing all about your platforms and your passion projects. So thank you, Natasha. Next up, and finally, but not least, my favorite title, obviously, because I held this title, is Mallory, our Mrs. Go ahead and introduce yourself to us, Mallory.
Why, thank you so much, my beautiful Makiba. Hi, everybody. My name is Mallory Fox. I am the Mrs. Black International Ambassador 2023. I am married to my amazing husband, Dale. We've been together for 20 years. We'll be celebrating our 10-year anniversary in October. We do have two boys. One just ran out of the room asking for V-Bucks. He's 12, and I have a 7-year-old as well. My platform is mentoring and the importance of mentorship. So what I do is I go around nationally as well as locally and speak about the importance of mentorship. When I was a teen, way back in the day, I was considered an at-risk teen. And I vowed that once I was able to grow up and all that good stuff, I was going to pay it forward. So that's what I am doing now. I've been a mentor for almost 9 years now. A fun fact about me is that I am an budding entrepreneur. My baby is 3 years old, and I have a balloon business called the Bling Society Balloons, where we do corporate and private events. We just landed a huge event, a grand opening with a hotel that I can't name as of right now, but I'm really, really excited about the growth as well as reigning as Miss Black International Ambassador 2023.
Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, Mallory, for sharing. And I couldn't be more proud to have been your predecessor. Just the work that you do in the community, how active you are constantly, just really, really, really makes me proud to call you my sister, forever sister. So thank you, ladies, all for sharing a little bit about yourselves. And as we move into the next segment, I just want to first ask our viewers to leave some questions in the chat box for our queens. We will get to them a little bit later, and I promise we will try to answer as many questions as possible. But we definitely want to spend tonight getting to know about our queens and all the exciting things they have in store for this year. So, as we move on, let's give you a quick update on all of our advancements since October, which was when the pageant was held. We now have a new board of directors and a new team of members who have joined the family, including myself, several of our other legacy queens who have also joined, and we have a live with our founder, Miss Patrice, coming up in the next few weeks, somewhere around early July. So you all can look forward to that and hearing from her and hearing about the beautiful and amazing restructuring and rebuilding that the organization is going through or has been going through and will continue to flourish throughout the next year. So now I have a few questions for our queens, speaking of that rebuilding process. My first question is going to be, what was it like for you going into your reigns with the possibility of exploration and the potential for new changes? And I'm going to just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo across the screen. And the first person that I would like to answer that question would be Dr. Izzy, our Miss Black International Ambassador. And I can ask it again. What was it like for you going into this reign with the possibility of exploration and potential for new changes?
Okay, thank you, Makiba, for repeating the question. I knew I was going to get this question. I called it. Change is a part of life. The only thing constant, I'm sure y'all have heard of that, right? The only thing constant in life is change. So walking into this understanding that there were going to be changes, actually, I was excited by that possibility and excited to be able to help, right? I took a personality quiz, a creativity personality quiz a few weeks ago, and I learned that I'm an innovator. And what that means is that the possibility of change excites you because there are possibilities, right? We're constantly looking to improve and to improve processes, what have you, again, which is something that I do in my work day to day. And so when I learned that, it caused me to do more introspection, right? And understand that given this process that we are going to go through change, and that's one of my skill sets and one of my strengths, being open to helping in whatever capacity is needed. I think that's something that would bring us closer together as well. Us all taking a seat at the table, giving our input and giving our feedback so we can continue to improve. So that's how my process has been so far.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And would any of the other queens like to add on to that?
I would.
Thank you so much, Ciara.
I would say that going into our reign with possibility of change was actually really exciting. MBIA is already a great organization, but I know that anything that they are going to change, it has got to be better and it will be in a positive way. And the changes that have been made so far have been really great. Like you, Miss Makiba, you're a great coordinator, so understanding and helpful. And I feel that the changes that have been made have been really good changes, and it helps us grow and it helps the organization grow as well.
Well, thank you so much. It has been lovely working with you as well. And I'm always excited and eager to give back in any way possible, especially since I was in the hospital giving birth during my farewell. So this is kind of my chance to make up for having to not be there to witness you beautiful ladies compete and get crowned. So thank you again. I'll go ahead and move on to the next question, and I'll open this question up first to Mallory. What were some of the challenges you experienced, and how were you encouraged and motivated to overcome them?
Wow. Well, a lot of people know that I was diagnosed with renal cell carcinoma, which is a type of kidney cancer, back in April. I was only about 4 months into being Mrs. North Carolina International Ambassador. And I would have to say the support from not only these women, you guys that are on the screen, but all of the sister queens were very, very supportive when I finally told them. I didn't want to say anything, but it was just the true, the genuine, the love, the support everyone rallying around me, that was something that I hadn't experienced in a pageant system before. I've been competing for quite some time now. I'm not going to tell you how long, but just that notion of, text messages, phone calls, flowers, food deliveries, and even, the director, Miss P, um, calling me and checking on me. That was something that was really, it was a very pivotal moment in my recovery. So, and of course, these ladies have been a huge part of my recovery and will continue to be that. So that's been one thing that has, really changed my whole trajectory when it comes down to pageantry. So I want to thank you, ladies, for being there for me, for loving on me, and encouraging me, because it has been a tough road. But I know that with my T4 queens and Makiba, you guys, your love and support it means so much to me. So thank you.
Absolutely. We are always here for you and for all of you ladies. And thank you so much for answering that question, Mallory. So now I would like to ask Natasha, what were some of the challenges you experienced and how were you encouraged and motivated to overcome them?
I'll actually go off mute this time. So for me, I think it's been an amazing experience to get to grow with my sister queens on this journey. We've had the opportunity to see each other starting out in this process and to build together one another and really find ways that we can uniquely support each other so we can move forward. So if we do encounter an obstacle, it's really just a space for growth. And one thing that we keep saying, if God brought us to it, God is going to bring us through it and make something even better. And that's been truly our model and our journey. So I'm just blessed to be surrounded by this amazing set of queens and to have you as part of our leadership.
Absolutely. I will say that the amount of positivity that I have received and witnessed from you ladies throughout this journey has been admirable. So hats off, of course, to you, and cheers to a new beginning, right? And cheers to really being excited to see what the year will turn out to be for all of us involved. And so to my next question, what advice would you give queens who are going through organizational challenges during a reign? And I will, excuse my baby, I will open that question up to Ciara.
I was actually hoping you were going to ask me that question because I think the advice that I would give those who are going through changes is to trust their organization and to always be able to lean on their sister queens because they're the ones who help you get through it most. They encourage you, they help you, and especially when you trust your organization, you know that they're going to do great things because they want what is best for you and the organization in itself. So I think that they should just trust the organization and always lean to their sister queens for emotional support.
That is right. We also did have to lean on each other a lot last year with my sister queens. There's nothing like having a sister queen in a pageant. This is someone that you have now for the rest of your life, like a friendship that and a relationship that you've cultivated and established that will just go on forever as long as you're on this earth. So definitely leaning into that support from your sister queens. And I love how quickly you all did that and how close you ladies have gotten over these last few months. It's really beautiful. I would like to see if anyone else would like to ask that question before I move on to the next one. Answer that question.
Yes, Makiva, I can jump in here too. So the advice that I would give is communication is key. So during times of change, during times of reorganization, things are changing very rapidly. We alluded to that a little earlier during the live. And so when things are changing, it's important for all of us to be aligned. We need to communicate clearly, concisely. And so that's something we've all been working together to do. And right, there's always room for improvement. But when we huddle together and communicate clearly, communicate consistently, because I believe that there's no such thing as over communication. Then we work to all get aligned, get on the same page, ensure that we're rowing in the same direction. And then it makes the change a little bit easier to digest. And then what our next steps need to be are easier to understand as well. And I think that we're doing a great job of attempting to hear one another out, to communicate clearly, and then understand what we need to do as a team to move forward.
Absolutely. That is so right. And not to mention all the people and women specifically who have banded together to ensure that you all can continue this reign forward in a positive manner and have really, really great experiences from here on out. So that collective community and leadership and hearing each other out, absolutely, you're so right about that. It's so important. So now, yes.
Can I pop in just for a quick second?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Okay, so what I wanted to say was a phrase that my actually pageant week roomie and I came up with, and it was pivot with a purpose. And so that's kind of been what's been motivating me and guiding me on the journey, and something that I've shared with my sister queens too. But I really think that's what gives us the opportunity to be able to adjust when something changes, especially when you're navigating leadership changes and all those different things. Can you pivot with a purpose? What's your ultimate goal, and how are you moving towards it? And using your reign to uplift yourself and your community, most important.
I could not have said that better. So absolutely beautifully said. Thank you so much, Natasha. All right, ladies, now we're going to leave the past in the past and look forward to our new horizon. We are eager to hear about your experiences since being crowned and what you have in store for the future. So my first question, and these questions will be for everyone. I want all four of you ladies to participate in answering these questions. The first one, what has been an experience that you have enjoyed since being crowned? And we'll start with Ciara.
Okay, so there are a lot of experiences that I have enjoyed. So I'm just going to name a few. So far, I have enjoyed being able to go to most of our national pageants here in the Bahamas. So I got the opportunity to attend almost all of them, including Miss Bahamas Universe. I absolutely love that. And I also enjoyed being able to go to a children's home for girls. So me and my mom, we cooked for them, and I also was able to share my platform with them and just talk to them and be a set of ears for them to talk to and for me to listen to them. Because sometimes all you need is to be listened to. And I also enjoyed recently teaming up with Queens in Action, and on Mother's Day, they hosted this give back to the community. So I was a part of that. We gave breadbasket items to mothers in need and who needed it. So that's just been a few things that I have really and truly enjoyed since being crowned, and that the crown gave me the opportunity to do.
Wow, you have been a very busy queen, which we already knew from your social media. That's amazing. And we're really, really glad that you are not only enjoying the benefits of the crown, like being able to participate in the Miss Bahamas Universe pageant, but also using your crown to make a difference within your community, right? So it's about both sides of the coin. So we're really proud of you and really excited that you've done all of that so far, and we still have a whole entire year left. So there's so much more to come. And next, Miss Izzy, Dr. Izzy, excuse me.
I guess my most favorable or the best experience I've enjoyed since being crowned, and I know this is going to sound so cliche, but this is my answer, is meeting the young women or the women on this call. So I'm really inspired by my fellow queens, their experiences, in the White House, the different internships that they've been a part of, owning businesses, just being beautiful women. It truly inspires me to keep striving and to keep pushing. I learn so much from them. Whenever we talk, I think that the bond that we've developed over these last 7 to 8 months, it truly is something that I wished for, and I couldn't have expected it to be as strong and as deep as it is. So I'm just excited to continue learning from them. I hope that, they learn a little bit from me too, as we continue to talk. And that's been my most favorable and the best experience.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Izzy, for sharing that. So we'll go on next to Natasha.
So I'm going to say Izzy stole mine. But that being said, I really feel like it's the little moments, right? So even outside of the sisterhood that the four of us have developed, it's the opportunities to be in spaces in our communities and share that a pageant like this exists. And to get to see how people's eyes light up when they find out there's a place that's recognizing the beauty that is Black women, but also the importance of empowering and uplifting our community and showing that those things don't have to be separate. I'm in a world that often requires us as women to decide to be one thing or another. They get to see that we get to be diverse and fully embrace our identities as Black women, as we walk across stages, as we walk into different rooms, and just seeing that joy in a conversation show up on, someone who's 70 or 80 years old who could never imagine it, or a little girl who wants to be a pageant queen but never knew it was possible. It is life-changing and sends so much joy through your body that you're like, you just want to have the opportunity to do it again and to show up someplace else and to do more work in service. So that has been my greatest highlight so far.
Sorry, it's taking me a minute to get off mute. I have to keep going on mute because my baby's here and he's loud. So and I don't want to interrupt the audience being able to hear everything that
he's adorable, Makiba, and we love him, so he's always welcome.
Well, thank you. But yes, we're juggling a lot over here. But back to you. Thank you so much for sharing, Natasha. Beautiful answer. And we'll move on to Mallory.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off Nastasia, Ciara, and, well, of course, my sister Queens. Just meeting these ladies that are on this call has been one of the pivotal moments of this reign. I've also had the opportunity to audition for a game show. I have the opportunity, I will be going to New York next month to talk at a girls conference, and I'm really, really excited about. I've never been a keynote speaker, so I'm like, okay, keynote speaker, but that's something that I get to do, and I get to visit the Bahamas in November on a mission trip as well. So Ciara we might have to connect. What else have I done? Oh Lord. It's been so many opportunities, from volunteering in my neighborhood, and I can't wait to broaden my horizon when it comes down to volunteering and mentorship. I've been working with mentoring.org. I'm the North Carolina representative. Hopefully I'll get to go to Capitol Hill next year in January to advocate for mentorship for Black and Brown communities. So I'm really, really excited about that. And to see my sister Queens, hopefully sometime really soon. So that's some of the pivotal moments for me. And of course our late night chats, because we live on different coasts and Nastasia will call us at different times. And I never know the time because I'm in North Carolina. So I'm going to learn it before the rain is over. But yeah, like I think everybody's on Eastern Standard Time, but we'll get it right one day.
I want to say thank you to Mallory and Izzy and Ciara, because I know sometimes I message and call you all at midnight your time and don't realize it, but you still pick up the phone. So I appreciate it. That's what sisterhood really looks like. So thank you.
Exactly. That's what sisters are for.
Yes, I was gonna say that's what it's looked like to be in a sisterhood. So yeah. All right. So our next question. Now that we've talked about some of your most exciting experiences that you've had already, what are some things that we can look forward to seeing you do this coming year? What are some things that you're excited about that are to come? And let's go backwards this time. Let's start with Mallory.
I knew it was going to come to me. Um, Later on this year, we'll connect with our sister. I'll connect with my sister queens. We can't really give any of the details right now, but you guys just have to, of course, stay tuned because I mean, what will be the fun in us telling you right now? So I'm really, really, really looking forward to spending time with my sister queens and seeing the ladies because we haven't seen each other in so long. Of course, we've seen each other virtually, but to be in each other's presence is going to be an amazing experience that I am really looking forward to.
Awesome. And so the next few times that I pose the questions, I want you ladies to just jump in instead of me coming back and forth. So we're going back. So that means Mallory, then Cassia, then Izzy, then Ciara.
That sounds great, Makila. So, in my side of the world, I'm hoping to put some stamps in a passport maybe while we're enjoying our reigns. Maybe get an opportunity to travel to visit other governments and other places to really get to know different communities and engage, whether it's inside the United States, outside the United States, all those amazing things. But really, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to grow the community that is MBIA and hopefully see spaces where we have queens from countries who have participated before who join us at the next pageant, and we can really develop those sisterhoods and connections that we already have and that we're growing in the future.
Okay, so what I am really looking forward to is doing work with my platform. I have been, so like Mallory, I also understand the importance of mentorship. The skew, I suppose, that my platform takes is specifically with women of color in healthcare leadership. And so for a few years now, I've been mentoring in more of a grassroots or boots on the ground fashion, young women who are either interested in getting in healthcare. So they would like to be a pharmacist, they'd like to be a physician, and what are the steps they need to take in order to, one, understand what it takes to be in healthcare, what types of things you're going to do day to day. But then how do you get into pharmacy school? How do you get into med school? What I'm really, what I've been doing all these few years is being a connector. And so if maybe I'm not the appropriate mentor, I have a wide network of girlfriends, other individuals and colleagues who I have connected with past mentees. But I think with this opportunity, with the scope, the MBIA having the scope that it does, I think I'll be able to reach a larger number of young women, right? And that's more individuals that will help moving forward. So what I'm really looking forward to doing is having an in-person event where I can bring, again, those mentors that I have alluded to, my board of mentors is what I like to call it, bringing them to one place so they can meet other young women who are seeking mentorship as well. We all have been through different pitfalls, right? Because we're going through this experience, maybe on our own, we're experiencing certain challenges. And what we all would like to do as mentors is look back and prevent another young woman from falling into those same pitfalls. If there's anything we can do to pay it forward, then we'd like to do that. So I'm really looking forward to that. And hopefully what I'll do is I'll send out a feeler to see what kind of information young women are looking to get, what type of information is going to be valuable and helpful to you all. So be on the lookout for that, but that's what I'm looking forward to.
I am looking forward to seeing my sister queens again. Like Mallory said, can't disclose anything, but just know something is coming very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. And I am also excited to further my platform, which is Born to Be Kind, which brings awareness to bullying. The MBIA organization gives us all a wide outreach platform in order for us to share what we are passionate in, which is why I love MBIA so much, because it gives us that platform to reach out and communicate and also network to be able to push what we believe in and what is good for our community. So I'm excited to encourage others and to educate others on what bullying is and the effects that it can cause and how it can be negative to people around us, and to just help stop it and bring awareness to it.
Awesome. I'm super excited for all of those things that you ladies said, although I won't be with you when you first have your meetup, your first time that you're seeing each other since you've been crowned. I do look forward to eventually having all of you in one place, also with me, and getting to spend some quality time with you myself. And I have some things planned too, but it's a secret to you. So just know something is coming up as well from me, from your director. Now, we're going to move on to the next question. We've already heard about your passions. We know a little bit about your platforms and the work that you've done within your community. Now, we want to know, who are some of your cultural role models that you look up to for motivation within the industry? For example, Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, Misty Copeland, or another leader in your community, someone you know personally, someone local. I'll ask the question again. Who are some cultural, or who is a cultural role model that you look up to for motivation within your industry? And let's start with Natasha.
Well, I'm going to say that you stole some of mine. Actually, when I describe what my dream job is, I often say it's a combination of Oprah meets Jackie Ina meets Michelle Obama meets Viola Davis, which is a whole lot of many different things, right? But really, that space of embracing who you are as a person, being able to build a business and advocate for yourself while being transparent about who you are and what you want in this life, and then being able to empower and uplift your community in the process. And I feel like those four women have found ways to do that outside of the traditional boxes that our world creates for us. And that's what I want to do. And it's something that I think most women would be interested in doing when it comes to figuring out how to navigate government. Because the traditional box that exists for what we should look like, how we should engage, what policies we should agree with, is very confining, and it's not realistic for anyone to actually live a life and be a vibrant person and engage with the world. So those are my role models in the little bubble. Thank you.
Drops mic, Natasha. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us, and I'll follow up here. But a couple of my role models, I'll start with one, but one is Indra Nooyi. She is an Indian-born American raised, I suppose, executive. And so she was the former chairman and CEO of PepsiCo, I think from 2006 to 2018. That's a huge role, right? PepsiCo is one of the most successful, easily recognizable, right, notable beverage companies in the US and possibly globally. And so being able to be a woman who is in an industry that is dominated by men, I know this is not healthcare, which is my space, right? But she inspires me so much because I think it takes a lot of nerves of steel. I think it takes incredible self-assuredness and confidence to be able to govern and lead at that level. So she inspires me. She does tons of different talks and master classes on being a woman in an executive role. And so for anyone who's interested in being an executive or a CEO, I suggest you just look her up and read about her story a little bit. But my second role model would have to be Dr. Vanita Papillon. And so she is one of my personal mentors. She was the VP of Pharmacy Services for our organization's Texas division. So we have 16 hospitals that span across Texas. So she has a wide span of control. She inspires me in so many ways, but one of which is, yes, she leads in a male-dominated field, but she does so with so much kindness and grace. I think a lot of the times when we think of women in healthcare, maybe the feel is that we have to change ourselves and we can't come to work and be our authentic selves. And she shows that that is in fact not true, that we can be kind and still get the job done. We can be kind, clear, and concise and still command respect through that type of delivery, right? Kindness and compassion. But she's amazing. She gets the job done, high level projects, whether it's construction or technology implementation. She's taught me a lot, even when it comes to dealing with HR matters. And so, again, I think that's why mentorship is so important. There are several pitfalls that she's helped me navigate, and gaps that maybe I would have missed or fallen through if not for her guidance and her mentorship.
All right, I guess I'll go next. My first one is going to be someone that lives in Charlotte. Her name is Deborah Denise. She is the owner and founder of Black Love Charlotte. She has been feeding the homeless for, I want to say, over 15 years. She started feeding the homeless out of her pocket. And now she's grown her organization, and now she's a nonprofit with a brick and mortar, and she also employs the people that she feeds. She helps them with housing, schooling, all type of things. So just seeing this woman and what she does for not only the community but for people who would not even, that would just be looked over, is someone that I not admire. I just admire her heart and her drive. She is the sweetest person I have ever met in my life, and I will forever donate, volunteer, be grateful for her and her contribution to the Queen City here. And another person would have to be my mama. My mom is, I'm a product of a single parent household. My mom did it all. She worked 2, 3 jobs just to make ends meet. She did it with a smile. She did it with grace. And she always told my sister and myself to always chase your dreams. I always thought it was just the craziest thing in the world because I'm like, oh my God, this is so cliche. But now I see what she means. And I am forever grateful for my mom. So, Sabrina, if you are watching, I love you to death. You know I do. And I know you're probably crying if you hear this, but thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for everything that you stand for. Thank you for being the strong Black woman that you are and having me to be the strong woman that I am. So I love you unconditionally, Mom. And if we go to lunch next week, can you pay for it?
Well, I'll go now. Similar to Mallory, my mom is one of the people who I definitely look up to. I was also a product of a single home and single mother, and she always told me that I am beautiful, that I am worthy of any and everything. She gave me everything that she could have. If she had to work in the night, if she had to work multiple jobs, she gave me everything that I needed and that I wanted. So she's definitely a motivation for me. And also a member of parliament back home in the Bahamas, Miss Leslie Miller Bryce. Although she is a member of parliament, she was also a former Miss Bahamas Universe. And with her role in the government, she speaks up for us women and she advocates for women as well. And she is very down to earth and very easy to speak to. I've had that in my personal experiences speaking with her. She is a great role model and a great woman in general. And also, I that's my mom and Miss Leslie Miller Price, I would say.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies, so much for sharing. Now, before I ask my final question and we head into our Q&A question session segment from our viewers, I would like to remind the viewers to go ahead and leave any questions that you have for our queens in the chat box or in the comment section so that we can have them answer some questions from those of us who are watching back at home. So, ladies, now that we've heard about your role models and why they motivate you and the things that they have empowered and encouraged you to go after, how can being an MBIA queen help you in achieving those goals or the missions that you have for your personal and or career goals? Again, how can being an MBIA Queen specifically help you in achieving the mission and accomplishing your personal and or career goals? Let's start with Ciara.
Why did I know you was going to do that? And
You're just so
actually you did.
beautiful. My eyes just gravitate towards you.
Thank you. Well, being an MBI Queen in particular, it gives you a broad and wide outreach. Like I said, MBIA is a great organization and it is very positive. I haven't seen no negative aspects when it relates to MBIA at all, really. And I think it gives you the opportunity to network with a numerous amount of people who can help you in achieving your goals. And it also shapes you into being a beautiful and wonderful, well-spoken Black woman, especially the people who are leading it. They help you a lot in everything that you want to do. If you tell them, they would try their best to make it happen. That's just the type of people that leads MBIA. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like they just help you with whatever you need. And it's such a great support system. And it's just a great organization to be a part of. And I am so happy that I am a part of this organization.
And we are so happy that you were part of this organization as well. So let's go next to us, mix it up a little bit. Let's have Mallory.
I'm glad I came off mute. So I would have to say, like I said before, I have been in pageantry for 10 plus years, wink. I can honestly say I've never been a part of a system where I feel like I have a seat at the table, where I honestly feel like any goal that I have, it can honestly be achieved, no matter how crazy it may be, no matter how small. MBIA has been a driving force when it comes to my personal and my goals in general. Because I can remember a time I was like, I don't think I have any goals. But just thinking about it and having the support of MBIA, I'm like, wow, I do have some goals that I thought that were, unattainable and nowhere in reach. But the ladies and the team at MBIA are like, okay, we're gonna make this happen. Don't know how, but we're gonna do this. So I think that is just something where I feel like there are a group of individuals that genuinely care, that wants nothing but the best for us as queens. And like I said, just being able to have a seat at the table, because sometimes that's not the case with other systems. You feel like you're just a number, but again, with MBIA, I think it's more than that, and that's something that I'm really excited about. I'm really happy about. I'm glad that I have a voice, and that I'm heard. And not only just me, but my sister queens as well. So that's something that I really, really, really love about this system. And again, I'm still working on the goals, but we're getting there. They're coming along.
I mean, for someone who didn't have goals, I'm gonna put that in quotes, you sure have accomplished a lot, ma'am. So that is something to definitely be proud of. We are proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So now let's go to Izzy.
All right. So you all know, as women, we wear multiple hats. With just the women who are on this call, some of us are mothers, we're careerists, whether early careerists or we've been well established in our careers. We are entrepreneurs. We are in school. We have a lot that's on the horizon. And again, a lot that we're juggling. And while we're juggling all of these, what I like to call glass balls, we're keeping them all in the air, right? And I mean glass balls by the fact that they're very delicate situations that we're handling. And we're managing to keep all of those situations and all of those responsibilities afloat. Whether you're the oldest daughter, y'all probably know what comes along with that. Being the only daughter, what comes along with that. Being a mother, the responsibility that comes with that. Being a leader, right? So I'll echo it again, the responsibility that comes with that. What I think MBIA has helped me in achieving my mission and achieving my purpose is helping me learn how to balance even better, right? We have so many competing priorities that we're attempting again to juggle. I think what's really helped me is being able to reprioritize, right? Understand what is important and urgent for me to do now, and how can I, and Natasha, I'll still, you're saying, right? How can I pivot with a purpose? And I think that's something that life demands of us. I think it's something that womanhood demands of us. And what I'm happy about is that there is that understanding, right? That we do have multiple priorities, all of them important. And how can we work together to make sure that we are staying true to those responsibilities that we have to do in our personal and professional lives? And how can we also prioritize the organization as well?
Beautiful. Absolutely. I can attest to that. I am pivoting with a purpose right now. I was supposed to be able to be on this live session without any distractions, and I am not able to do that because I have an 8-month-old here and my husband is stranded on his way home from work. But I digress. Let's move on to Natasha.
Well, I have to laugh a little bit because my sister queens know this, but I put my pageant fees into my business plan, and showed up to pageant week, and I was like, okay, winning is part of the business plan. So keeping that in mind, I think that my reign with MBIA and the trajectory that I want to see it go in and that it's blossoming into is focused on really creating this space where we have the opportunity to talk about civics, but it's not just, a word that people hear, or people hear government and get afraid. It's actually a space where people get to live and breathe and understand what our country actually does, what their country actually does, and how they're a part of it and how the power comes from them. And I feel like MBIA creates a unique platform and opportunity where I get to live a life that is outside of the box, and shows other women how they can live outside of that box too, whether it comes to their political choices, their engagement with politics, their understanding of government. And one day you might be talking about that. The next day you might be deciding that you're modeling like Ciara. The next day you might decide that you're America's Next Top Chef. It doesn't matter what it is that you decide to do. It's about finding that connection. And I feel like with the sisters that I gained through this pageant, that I've gained with my sister queens, anything is possible. And we just continue to support each other and grow together.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much, Natasha. And thank you all, ladies. I can speak for myself, and I believe I can speak for the viewers tonight, that we are witnessing some of the most resilient queens that MBIA has possibly seen, and tenacious. That's why you're named the Tenacious Four, right? So we are really, really, really proud of all the work that you've done thus far, the positive demeanors that you keep throughout your reign, and the excitement that you have for the year to come. So we're going to go ahead and pivot or transition into our, I'm sorry, y'all, that was a highlighted word during my reign last year as well. I think I really got tired of hearing the word pivot. Now you brought it back to my to my memory. But we're going to go ahead and transition to the question and answer segment for tonight. Really quickly, our very first question actually comes from Bricky, who is our legacy teen queen. She wants to know, why do you ladies love MBIA? Why do you love this organization? And feel free to jump in.
I would have to say, because it is an organization that is created for women who look just like us. Like when we look in the mirror, it is a safe space. It is a space where I can be my authentic self. I can change my hair anytime I want to and not get questioned about it. It's just I love the fact that it is just a positive place where I can just be genuinely Mallory, and I'm not questioned about anything. I'm not, I don't have to feel a certain kind of way. I don't have to put a, a facade up, so to speak. That is really why I just genuinely love this system, and I am honored to be a part of the system. It's just I'm just so grateful for this space, and I'm so grateful for minds like Miss Patrice and Makiva that gives us a like I said a area where we can just be our authentic selves. It really makes a difference for sure.
Well, I will piggyback off of Mallory. I also agree that one of the reasons I strongly love MBIA is because of being able to be who I truly am and to express myself and not be judged by anyone. And especially the hair thing, Mallory. I love changing my hair. I love getting braids, and especially because it is a Black organization that is 100% allowed, and I just love that so much. And I also love that it is a very positive organization. Like I previously stated, they promote positivity in every way possible. And that is my goal too, because of my platform, which is to be kind. And MBIA is just a very kind organization, both to their queens and their community.
All
I
right, I
can
suppose.
hop in next.
Oh, go ahead,
Oh, go
Natasha.
ahead, Izzy.
Okay, I can go ahead. I was going to say I echo what Ciara and Mallory have said. It is amazing to be a part of an organization, the first and the only organization for Black women, or pageant organization for Black women by Black women with international reach. So I'm incredibly proud of that legacy. The legacy of queens that have come before us, that have shown their support, reached out to us individually and as a group to shower their love and support over us. But in addition to that, I'm really proud to be a part of the organization and love it because we have a leadership team that are visionaries. So, I know maybe some people will be like, well, that's a pie in the sky idea, or that'll never happen. We'll never be able to do that. But the leadership team does think big. And again, I'll use the term visionary because I think that there's a space for creativity and the desire is to pursue excellence, right? So I'm really proud of that. And again, together we pursue and then we will execute and accomplish on excellence and execute so that some of these great visionary ideas we have, we definitely bring them to fruition. So y'all look out because we've alluded to this a lot, right? We have surprises coming down the pipeline in the future that are exemplified by excellence. So that's why I love MBIA.
Okay, so my turn. Makiva, actually, I'm going to ask you a question. Brooklyn is a dancer, right?
Brooklyn, is Brooklyn a dancer? I don't know if Brooklyn is a dancer.
Okay, well then we'll keep pivoting with the purpose. But that statement being said, we have a sisterhood that extends beyond the women that you see on this screen, because we have legacy queens who are on the Instagram live at this time of night, no matter where they are, who are asking us questions and engaging with us and sending us these lovely messages. That's proof of a network. It's proof of a community that blossoms and grows and works. When you show up to pageant week, there's not a stranger in the room by the time that you leave. People ask me, why do you want to be in a pageant when they don't understand what a pageant is? And I'm like, well, when you go to an MBIA pageant, it's about the community. It's about the sisterhood. It's the space of like-minded women who come together, who all are in different walks of life and have different experiences. But by the time we leave, we've networked, we've connected, we've figured out how my business connects to yours. If you like apple pie and I like apple pie, we've talked about it and we know who has the best recipe in what state, or whether we think your grandmother makes it better. It's really that community and opportunity for us just to enjoy who we are. And it starts from the day you sign up as a queen. It goes all the way with you for the rest of the journey. Whether you win the pageant or you don't win, it's still a community that you're tapping into that loves you and wants to be embraced by you and hopes to see you again, and just wants to keep growing and blossoming together.
Absolutely. I 1000% agree. That is one of the reasons why I also love MBIA as someone who has been in pageantry for 10 plus years. Also, Mallory, I recognize the desire to see real change within the Black and Brown community globally within this organization. And I see that it is about the work first. The glitz and the glamour part of being a pageant queen and the posture and the poise and everything that we get to do on stage for fun. That's a part of it as well, but it's not what's at the forefront. It's not what is the most important thing in this organization. So I 1000% agree with everything that all of you said, especially what you said, Natasha. So, our next question from our audience, and because we are technically kind of over time, I'm going to have just one person answer this question. Let's see. Mallory, I want you to answer this question. Why should women apply to join MBIA, Miss Black International Ambassador Organization?
Thank you so much for that question, Makiba. I think you guys should run and apply for this system because, again, look at the women that are on your screen, the Tenacious Four. We have been through so much and we are still here. We still love the system. It is a system, again, I always say go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. And I had to swallow that pill a long time ago and to know that I am celebrated for my authentic self, from my curves, from my hair to my voluptuous lips, like everything that it just embodies a Black woman is celebrated at MBIA. Not only just the outer appearance, but the inner. To have your director ask before every meeting, okay, are y'all okay? That means so much to me because that means that you're not only checking the room, but you're checking to see how I feel. You're checking my mental health, and that's something that's very, very important. So if you want to be a part of a system that truly embodies sisterhood, I know that word is thrown out so much these days, but if you really want to be a part of a genuine sisterhood, again, I can call any of these ladies on this screen and I don't get well, we'll talk about it later, or I'll catch you. It's always what's wrong? What's going on? How can I help? So it is just the genuine sisterhood of this pageant system. Even when I crown my successor, I'm still gonna be like, okay, well, I need y'all. So I think that it's just a testament of the whole system. It's a system that has been around for 10 years. So just the love from not only the support system, the board, just the queens in general. So, I mean, don't walk, just run. Apply today.
Yes, run and apply right now, tonight, after you finish watching our live. Now that we're done with the official business, we want to get to know you ladies in a more fun/funny type of way. So I put together a list of this or that questions, no explanation. I just want to hear your answer and don't think too long. Just whatever comes out first. All right? Because I really want, this is going to be good. I'm excited. And because we are over time, we're going to be quick. So I was going to do 60 seconds, but we'll do 25 seconds each. And so I'll call your name and then I'll just shoot the question, this or this, and you just give us the answer. All right? So let's start with Natasha.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to start my timer. And coffee or tea?
Tea.
Netflix or HBO Max?
Netflix.
Reading or audiobook?
Reading.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Staycation or vacation?
Vacation.
Morning person or night person?
Morning person.
Cash App or Venmo?
Venmo.
Would you rather be able to fly or breathe underwater?
Fly.
All right. We're going to stop there. Thank you so much, Natasha. You hurt my heart with
Thank
saying.
you.
Okay. Next, we're gonna go Izzy.
All right, I'm ready for you.
All right. Music or podcast while driving?
Podcast.
Summer or winter?
Summer. Cannot stand the cold.
Glasses or contacts?
Glasses.
Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Lake or ocean?
Can't swim, but ocean.
Crunchy peanut butter or smooth?
Crunchy peanut butter. Interesting. But yeah.
Would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout?
Only be able to shout. I gotta be heard. You gotta hear me.
Okay. I think we're really similar. A lot of your answers, we were very similar. Okay. Thank you, Izzy.
Thank
So
you.
let's go to Miss Ciara. Let's
Okay.
see it. Ready?
Ready?
Marvel. Oh, sorry. Okay. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Reading or audiobook?
Audiobook.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Okay. Would you rather not brush your teeth for a week or for a week? Oh, wait, hold on. Not brush your teeth for a week or not shower for a month?
Okay, not brush my teeth for a week. I need to shower.
Izzy didn't like that question. I'll ask you another one. Would you rather have a bad haircut or a bad hair dye?
Hair dye. I love the length of my hair.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Ciara. And finally, Mallory.
Let's go. I'm ready.
All right. Please don't break my heart.
I'm not. I got you.
All right. Staycation or vacation?
Staycation.
Cash App or Venmo?
Both.
Music or podcast while driving?
Podcast.
Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Netflix or HBO Max?
Netflix.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Thank you. All right. Would you rather be able to fly or be able to teleport?
Ooh, I'll say teleport.
Me too. Yeah, just like blink and be there. I agree.
Right.
We don't have to do all the extra work.
Right.
All right. Thank you, ladies, so much. That was so much fun. I'm still heartbroken by the people who chose waffles over pancakes. I just cannot believe you. But I also want to thank all of our viewers for coming on and watching and getting to know a little bit more about our 10-year anniversary, Tenacious 4 Queens. We are super excited for the rest of this year to spend this year with you and to see what you're going to do in your communities with your platforms, with your titles, your appearances, your community work. We are just really excited to see all of your hard work put into action. Before we go, we would like to encourage all of our viewers to follow, like, subscribe, all the things, comment, share, all the content that's posted both on our MBIA page here on Instagram, as well as our Tenacious 4 Queens titles pages. You can find them at MBIA Teen, MBIA Mrs., at MBIA Miss, and at MBIA.Ms. Right? Did I get that right? Yeah. All right. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us. We really had a great time. I hope that you enjoyed watching our live stream, and we would like to wish you all a very wonderful evening. Good night.